Hello, this is Madge Redgopedia, and here is our forum for Let's Talk About Sex, which is a personal, social, and educational forum about gender identity, loving oneself, and how we have all been able to contribute freely and frankly to one another. And personally, I have found it extremely informative and cathartic. So, Rosie and Chaz and Jan, away you go.
Hi everyone, I'm Rosie, one of Get Together's event coordinators, and we've been talking about sex. So here are some of the questions that have been sent in by our members, and we are going to be speaking with Kaz from Crew 2000, which is so exciting. I'm so excited. So the next Let's Talk About Sex is next Tuesday, the 14th of July, and you're all invited. These questions have come in anonymously from people that have taken part in the course, but our members here have volunteered to read them out loud for you.
Should I feel guilty about touching myself if my partner is not in the room? And that's my first question.
That's an excellent question, Andrew. And I don't think we need to ever feel guilty about touching ourselves in the appropriate place and at the appropriate times. And if we know what our body's like, it might be an easier conversation to have with our partners.
Your sex for your partner might be better if you feel more comfortable with yourself. That's a long way of saying what you say. It's a long way of saying what you say, then.
It is, and then we know what our body's like, and it makes it easier for our partners to learn also.
How do I feel confident about meeting people under the rainbow flag?
That's excellent, yes. And I think because we all live under that rainbow, it's a question that we all ask depending on what our tastes are. And generally, you would come to Crew 2000 or access the services as they are just now online, where perhaps we would be able to network someone to specific organisations that might know where the nightlife is and the social activities are.
Networking is a fab idea, but also, so for example, LGBT Health and Wellbeing have loads of cool stuff going on, and they have loads of stuff online as well, which is great. So just need to be starting conversations and talking to different people, because the community is not as small as it might feel. There's lots of people out there who are looking forward to meeting you. Just need to reach out.
Reach out.
Nice.
Reach out.
How do you know whether to trust your sexual partner or potential partner?
Practice, patience, perseverance, conversations, and just taking things at a nice, easy pace, because trust's something that takes time to work out and get your head round with any partner. Not just a sexual partner, but obviously just the same as with friends. We don't just rush into things. It's not a race. So building up your confidence is very important, and not rushing things ever.
It's best to take it slowly with one person at a time then, than like jumping to and fro from one person to another.
Yes, because that can get very emotionally confusing for everybody involved, not just the person that's enjoying all the beds that they're sleeping in.
Is it okay to look up photos whichever gender we fancy?
Yes. The body's a beautiful thing, and it's not a wrongness to be enjoyed. It should be celebrated, and yes, that is acceptable.
Yep. Sexuality and fancying people is very fluid and free thing, and you should indulge that.
How do we appreciate the body parts of whichever gender we like?
Well, it's always good to start to get to know the person first of all, inside that gender, and loving them and their bodies might be similar to how you love yourself and your body. And again, by asking questions and having conversations to find out what does the person like, so that you can feel that you're able to appreciate their body in the way that makes them feel appreciated.
Yeah, I think conversation is key. And spending...
Talk.
Yep, talking and
Quality
spending
time
time
would be
together.
one of them that I need.
Talking and quality time.
Yep.
Like a gentle walk in the park holding hands together. And if somebody's pushing the chair.
Can you also say no to somebody that, like, if you're having sex and it's something you don't want to do, can you say no?
Yeah, it's totally okay to say the moment's not happening for me. Do you fancy a cup of tea or something instead, and we'll maybe come back to this later, or it's just it's not where my head's at or my body's at.
Yeah.
At any moment, at any
time. Yes.
Yeah.
One person.
I mean, if I made you a cup of tea, Leanne, and halfway through it you decided you'd had enough, I really wouldn't be offended if you said you didn't want any more. In the video that we can use in the group about the cup of tea analogy, when someone has a tea put on them, we put across why this conversation does need to be had before sex, during sex, and after sex. So if we find ourselves in a situation where we don't want to have sex with our partner at that time, it is okay to say no. It's okay to halfway through and reschedule it. It's also good to encourage your partner to masturbate as well, and to never ever feel that we have to do anything we don't want to. Sometimes one partner might reach an orgasm before another partner, at which point you might decide to stop and then just reselect another time or go back to the event at a later date when both of you are ready again.
How can we spice up masturbating?
That's a subject that both women and men are very interested in, and quite often it can be a simple case of lots of lube. A gentle massage with moisturising cream, if not on your genitalia, can definitely relax the body and bring on the stimulating sensations.
Great answer. How do I follow that? Oh yeah, a lot of imagination.
Oh yes, definitely.
A lot of imagination, and what else? Don't know, like, it depends on the setting. You definitely should be in private, but like, if you have music on, if you're cold, if you're too hot, like, if you just kind of experiment, that can spice it up.
Is there a chance that we could have a sex toy workshop where we could bring kind of like lube and sex toys as kind of like to demonstrate on how they work in a forum, either online or face to face? Would that be a possibility?
Definitely, and that is something that we're already exploring with Ann Summers to look at what product range they have available and other facilities that are available online that will be able to put together a resource where members will be able to explore it, find out how do we access these toys, and most definitely, hopefully, have a workshop where we can explore using them on ourselves and with partners.
How can we have a frank conversation lead up to sex regardless of your gender or your identity?
It's good to know the people that we can talk to and the places that we can have these conversations in safely. And it's a conversation that we all need to be included in, to be able to ask questions and listen to all the answers that are laid before us, because everybody is so different. And the conversation leading up to sex is perhaps one of the most important conversations that we'll ever have. And it shouldn't be rushed. It should be used to gather information and find out what the other person perhaps likes or doesn't like. So it's a very important part of leading up to sex.
Yeah, It's definitely a conversation that you should have as many times as is needed to just explore where everybody's at. But yeah, as a group, it's good to talk to Crew 2000. It's good to talk to your pals. You have a conversation about where you're at with this journey and with sex.
And is this something that might come up at the next Let's Talk About Sex series, which is starting on Tuesday, the 14th of July?
Yeah.
Most definitely, yes.
Yep, that sounds like a good plan. What do you guys think?
I'll be there again for the second time.
Definitely, it's a chance for us all to be empowered in this conversation that will hopefully make our experience of sex more empowering also.
I just want to say thank you to all that participated in this, being really honest and open. It's helped me be more honest and open with you guys as well. Also these sessions have helped me, again, as I said, more open with my family and my friends and my peer group and to crews as well, because we've had an open line of dialogue that's gone 2 ways, and there's been no misunderstanding or embarrassment on my part, and it's been quite empowering for me, and it actually really lifted me mentally, and I've been able to be more candid and happier in what I've been doing. I've been listening to more music, loving myself more, singing in the shower, singing when making my dinner, things like that. So for this, it's so empowering to have this, and so I want to thank you all, and hope you enjoy the next Q&A on the 15th. Over and out. Bye.